guys, welcome back to Behind Closed Doors, the podcast where we talk about all of the topics that have been hitting the news recently. I'm your host Aria, and on our third episode today, we're going to be talking about domestic violence and why it might need more attention. I have a wonderful guest today, a star social worker who specialises in family violence. So, we'll be welcoming Hamsikan Ratnam later. Our regulars know that we like to start off with an unbiased introduction. Domestic violence is a social issue that can affect all ages, genders, and backgrounds. It refers to a pattern of behaviour used by one person to gain or maintain power and control over another in a domestic or intimate relationship. This behaviour can take many forms, including physical harm, verbal abuse, emotional manipulation, financial control, or threats. Domestic violence can occur in many different types of relationships, including family, caregivers, and partners. It can take place all around the world. However, as it often occurs in private settings, it can be difficult to notice or report. Lots of support has been shown for victims of the past or those who are experiencing domestic violence. Governments and many supporting organisations have created policies that protect individuals from harm. However, under recent debate in The Guardian, some say that they are wondering whether that support is enough. Raising awareness and educating the public has become a key strategy in addressing domestic violence. Schools, media outlets, and community programs have begun to focus on teaching respectful relationships, early warning signs, and how to seek help. Now, while these efforts are important, the challenge remains in reaching those who may feel isolated, fearful, or unaware of the resources available to them. Continued education and open conversations are essential to breaking the cycle and creating safer environments for everyone. Now it's time to dig deep. Family violence is a serious issue that continues to affect many individuals. It often goes unspoken or unnoticed, and this needs to be stopped. Not only does it leave those affected lonely and by themselves, but it's also not addressed enough. To actually help those affected, we need to talk about what drives domestic violence. Family violence has increased by 23% in the past 7 years, and while many efforts have been made, the numbers continue to go up. Police, on average, attend a family violence incident nearly every 6 minutes. This needs to be stopped. There are many causes that drive domestic violence. There is a severe gap between the men and women. 90% of family violence is men abusing women. What drives this? Many different issues that Australia face are part of this. 24 to 54% of family violence incidents are classified as alcohol-related, while 1 to 9% are drug-related. To truly fix this problem, we need to start at the origin and fix that first. To help with drug use, we need to raise awareness of the consequences in school. We also need to make sure that everybody is aware of the laws surrounding drugs and alcohol, while also providing mental health support to any of those who need it. As well as that, we should be providing free and accessible healthcare that can help with free or low-cost addiction centres. Recent studies reveal that 1 in 3 Australian men have admitted to committing intimate partner violence, including both emotional and physical abuse. This alarming statistic perfectly sums up this problem that's tearing our country apart. To add to this, family violence is the leading cause of homelessness for women and children, with 90% of adults seeking homelessness services in 2018 to 2019, citing it as the primary reason. These figures highlight the impact of family violence on individuals and communities. Addressing this issue requires lots of attention, including education and support services, to ensure the safety and well-being of all individuals. Now, while progress has been made regarding domestic violence, there are still important areas where action is lacking. Many victims do not have easy access to safe housing, legal support, or mental health services. In some cases, warning signs are overlooked or even not taken seriously by the police. Education on healthy relationships is still not a regular part of school curriculums in many areas. There is also a need for more consistent funding for support programs and shelters. Without strong assistance in place, many people experiencing domestic violence remain unsupported and at risk. Now we're going to have a chat with our guest, Hamsa Kunaratnam. She's a social worker who specialises in domestic violence. Hi Hamsa, thank you so much for speaking. I was just wondering what kind of challenges people may face when they're trying to leave a violent family.
So leaving a violent family or a violent family violence situation is really complex and can be dangerous. So lots of people face quite a few barriers to leaving, and that might be emotional, financial or psychological. They might just simply love that person but don't feel safe with them. So fear is a big factor, and this fear is of further violence, of not being believed, of losing children. It can be a multitude of things. And there's also the practical considerations of potentially not having safe housing or financial independence, or even shame or judgment from the community. It's not just about walking out the door, it's a process and does require planning and support from others.
Yes, thanks so much for that insight. I was also just wondering what kind of support services are available for those experiencing family violence.
There's a wide range of services available to support people that are experiencing family violence. This could be crisis support lines, refuge, counselling, or the police. These are that can be there to help protect you. There's a lot of organisations such as the Orange Door who provide trauma-informed case management or referrals, legal advocacy. There's organisations that help with housing, etc. It's really important for people to know that they're not alone, and there are professionals and organisations that are trained to help support them and keep them safe.
Yeah, that's actually really important. I haven't really thought about that before. I was also wondering how you, as a social worker, support somebody who has reached out for help.
The most important thing I can do is to listen, and to listen without judgment. It's important that there is trust between myself and the client. And from there, I just work with the person to assess safety, assess risk, and what their immediate needs are and what the client wants. So it's really important to work with them and meet them where they're at. We can explore longer term goals like housing or financial independence, or, reconnecting them with supports. I really try to empower the person and respect their pace as to how to proceed, and let them make their decisions about their future.
Yeah, that sounds really good and really supporting for those who have been reaching out for help. I was also wondering what someone might do if they suspect that someone they know is a victim of domestic violence.
If you suspect someone is experiencing family violence, just really approach them with care and give them information about where they can access support, but don't pressure them, because again, it's really up to them what they want to do, because we don't want to put our views onto them, and then that might escalate a situation. So yeah, I would encourage them to speak to professionals or call a support service. If you're really concerned about immediate risk, then the options are the police, and they are used to dealing with this situation, so really work with them on that. It's our role, or anyone's role, is to be offer a source of support, but be non-judgmental and don't put our views onto other people.
Thank you so much for speaking with me today, Hamsa.
Thanks so much for having me. I really love talking about this really important topic and getting awareness out there.
Yes. Okay, so that's the end of today's episode on Behind Closed Doors. This was a confronting topic, so be sure to reach out to any helpline, Lifeline or Beyond Blues if this affected you. If you or someone you know is being affected by domestic violence, be sure to reach out to the helplines available at 1-800-737-732. That's it for today, folks. We'll see you next time when we talk about the gender pay gap. Bye for now.